Hey y'all, this is Natural Born Healer. My name is Hunter, and just so you know, these readings are timeless. When you find them, you are meant to find them. Roles can be flipped, turned, reversed. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not everything will be your story. And so, like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So this first column that I'm doing is going to be our Divine Feminine, and the next column will be the Divine Masculine. And you will notice how both sides are going to have a polarity or a mirroring almost effect to each other. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is the most like the Empress. She is the most balanced queen in the minor arcana. She represents sincere and loyal love and stability. With her right next to the Hanged Man discusses surrendering your desire to control outcomes. Almost a martyrous energy. Instead of fighting, going with the flow, you're going with the flow. And then we have you moving to calmer waters. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this card actually has two people being led to calmer waters, which I find kind of funny. Now, then we have the Empress, and the Empress is being brought in by the Chariot towards Two of Cups, which, as we know, is soulmates or twin flames. And then below that, we have the Ace of Wands, which basically it's being called to create something new. It's basically a blank canvas. If you're an artist, this is right up your alley. Now, the Queen of Wands is very, very much ego-based. This card to me is this is the Hornado. And I know what you're thinking. What's a Hornado? It's a Hordadeno. All right. And then the Three of Wands. A lot of times it's about basically the fruits of your labor and what you've accomplished. Now, when they lay in this manner, what I'm picking up off of this is that you're being called to basically create something new out of the devastation and desolate destruction from the Hornado that came and ripped through here. And then going to the masculine's column, we have, you see the devil at the bottom? Oh, man. All right, so anyways, the masculine's end, we have the Seven of Cups, which talks about choices. Then we have the King of Cups as well, and the Ten of Wands. We also have the Eight of Wands, Five of Wands, Temperance, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Emperor. So what this tells me with the King of Cups, that is, he basically chose So, with the Seven of Cups discussing choices, and the King of Cups here, and then the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands always rings in about a need to let go. You're holding on to baggage from the past. And then the Eight of Wands is incoming quickly. Five of Wands is it's bickering, it's tension, it's arguing. And then Temperance is all about patience. It's also Archangel Michael's sort of truth. What this tells me is that basically he chose wrong and now he's bearing the weight of his choices. And now he's dealing with fighting all around him. The truth is coming out. And this Emperor is now looking over in Four of Cups energy at his Empress having, Nine of Pentacles, the last pinnacle being love. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords and we have the Devil, which the Eight of Swords talks about feeling like you have no choice, being trapped. And then the Devil talks about, harmful situations, self-harm. There's actually two people in that cage. He's stuck, feminine and masculine. He stuck both of y'all in there. And it's being attached to social and material status. Now, on the feminine side, when I split that deck, it was basically Two of Swords is not wanting to lift the mask to see what things for what they are. But then we also have a new path to love, a new passion or purpose, and fulfillment with the Ace of Cups. So he's watching this feminine come into something new, something beautiful. I'd also like to point out how we have the Empress on the feminine side and we have the Emperor on the masculine side. This is a divine counterpart. This is a divine union. The fact that they both show up on the board means that this is absolutely a divine companionship. Now, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, that tells me they're showing up in different energies that are lower vibrational than what their actual vibrational energies are. Now, what I'm getting off of this so far, we have Ten of Swords. That means that we know that the heartache is coming to an end. We have the Knight of Wands, which she is preparing the table, almost as if you're preparing for the divine intervention that the Hierophant is bringing in. At the bottom, we have seen things clearly for what they are, but we also have you still being a little bit stuck in the past and memories and reminiscent of what was. We have him also in the same energy of kind of looking at the past, seeing what this karmic blocked out, while you really weren't doing all these things people said that you were. Well, then we have Wisdom, which is the High Priestess in this particular deck for the As Above, and we have the Nine of Water, the Circle, which the Circle is basically the Hanged Man, and Yule is basically death or rebirth. And so this is basically telling me that, you have the whole truth, feminine. You're getting prosperity and abundance. It's right here, on your shoulder. This is a place of transformation and rebirth. And on his end, it's a call to leave old habits behind. Six of Water talks about the lessons that we learn and reminiscing. The element of fire is an influx of fire or spirit fire. And the goddess is basically the Empress. He's realizing who the fuck you were and what he just fucked up. Lamas, that's the Devil in this deck. And then the when I broke it, the card that it broke to was Three of Fire, which is Venus. It talks about love, true love, and romance. Well, then we also have the Transformation Angel and the Eight of Water, which is all about transformation. It's transformation twice and the magic of transformation. And so, feminine at this point in time, anything that you put into the ether, you're going to manifest it. You set your intention and your intention will be heard. And I think he's realizing that It's part of why he may not be wanting to talk to you right now. I'm looking at the devil and Venus over here, and he's looking away from her because he knows what he did. Like a puppy with his tail tucked between its legs, he knows what he did. Let me also point out how we have this Eight of Wands going right up to the goddess, pretty much like there was spell work that was being done on the goddess and on this marriage that was in the works. You know, and then we have the Empress sitting right next to this Eight of Wands, and that's attached to the memories and the elements of fire, and directly above that is the Queen of Wands and Ten of Cups, the marriage, and, you know, this freaking karmic sabotaging this connection. Meanwhile, you know, you're at the house freaking painting and shit. Crazy, just saying. Okay, so now we have intuition, illumination, and reconciliations with the hope card here, and studying with the art and science. Then we have adultery, delayed matrimonies, travel, comparisons with this testimony. We have twilight, which is instability, ambushes, triumphs, and failings. Then we have the Empress. She's prosperity, she's abundance, she's also the divine feminine. Then we have 35, which is grief, sadness, obstacles, unexpected events. We have the indecision, which is basically separations. We have 33, which is alliance, it's success. It's exactly what it looks like. 65, we have learning, which again, it's exactly what it looks like. 32, magnificence. We have danger due to excess. Don't exhaust someone's heart. 54, we have treason, speculation, defamation. That was 54. 24, we have feminine protection and chastity. 63, we have communion, which is intimacy, affinity, mutual protection. 30, we have exchange or discussion. 10, we have retribution or karma. And on the bottom of the decks, we have resurrection, which is basically compensations because of good and bad. And then we also have 50, which is affinity, illusions, passions, desires, love, hallucinations, recklessness, and ignoring dangers. And so, as you can see, we got a pretty good story told here. So this is actually a deck that I've made. I really, really love it. I hope y'all enjoy it. But you get a whole lot from these cards. They're pretty cool. We were written in the stars. Don't be so scared to shine. Listen with your gut, feel with your soul, guide with your spirit. Read the signs. They're everywhere. That's pretty explainable. Alright, so this one is your God complex is acting up, but it's also my dual rivalry. Barking orders, control freak, opposition, girl fight. Oof. So now you're a sailor, independence warriors. Lifesaver, you find out who your friends are. Help is on the way. Things cannot keep going at this rate. Did you feel redeemed? Enough is enough. At this point, you would just be enabling abuse. Stop your shit. Could we finally be at a turning point? Strong and resilient, she loves me for me. Beauty and the Beast, two halves of one soul. Do-it-yourself savings. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God rather than burnt offerings. I don't hate you, the journey, the oath. Do no harm, take no shit. We cannot enter into alliances until we're acquainted with the designs of our neighbors. Choose your friends carefully. Chances that you surround yourself with like-minded people and everything works out, but sometimes friends become distanced from us. There's a reason. There's a reason for it, I'm just saying. Choose your friends carefully. Because I'm pretty sure, if I'm reading this energy correctly, this karmic was your friend. Quite possibly. Or you thought they were. Now, if I don't read all of these to y'all, I'm sorry, but use the knowledge of others. We shall be unable to turn natural advantages to account unless we make use of local guides. Get to the root of the problem. Thus, one who is skillful at keeping the enemy on the mountain, on the move, mountains, deceitful appearances, according to which the enemy will act. He sacrifices something that the enemy may snatch at it. If someone is unaccountably angry with you, think about why that might be. They might be maintaining deceitful appearances and are angry about something that has nothing to do with you. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. Not on the chance of his not attacking, but rather on the fact that we have made our position unassailable. Self-confidence is an individual's trust in his or her own abilities, capacity, and judgments. Sacral chakra. Better get them shits aligned. Now these cards, I'm just going to let y'all read them. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leviathan spirit, if you don't know what that is, Google. magical as fuck.